On this Consumer Tuesday, we are tackling house buying. It's a complicated task, but can be a little easier if you prepare ahead of time. Scott McElmurry from the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage here with what you need to know about pre-qualifying. Scott, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming today. I first want to ask you about how the housing market is here in the state of Arkansas.
It is actually improving. We've seen several months of year-over-year increases in home sales. So it's been getting better.
Some good news there. Share with us some basics of getting qualified for a mortgage. What do we need to know?
Well, when pre-qualifying, most people have a pretty good understanding about what payment they're comfortable with. So the biggest crucial thing is your credit score, because a credit score can disqualify you from most loan programs if it's under 620. So knowing that score is important. There's various ways to get that. You can get it online. Typically with a free credit report, but those are consumer scores. So the most advantageous way of getting it is to have a consultation with a loan officer and get your mortgage score.
If you do get your credit score back and it's low, what is your next step from there?
Your next step, again, if you're working with a loan officer, you can get advice on how to improve that score and certainly maybe some ideas about how long it might take. If you get that score online, you're basically subject to just making your payments on time in a period of time. Over time, that score should improve.
Sounds like the big thing here is to just seek advice. You need to get help with the process.
Sure.
What other items do you need to know before visiting with a lender?
Well, you're going to want to have your personal information. Some of the things that in the application that you take, you're going to need to know your last 2 years residency, so with dates and when you moved. Certainly, of course, your driver's license, things like your social security number, those kind of things. Then you move on to employment. You need to know your last 2 years of employment, including dates of maybe any job changes. You'll bring pay stubs. And if you're hourly, or say you receive overtime, or it's not consistent every month, it's not the same thing every month or every week, you'll want to have several pay stubs so an average can be calculated.
What is your advice to people watching this morning who want to buy a house but say, hey, I don't have enough money for a down payment, or I don't have any money for a down payment?
Well, the first thing you want to do is find out exactly how much down payment you do need, because there are loan programs that don't necessarily require a large down payment. So you want to make sure that you have advice on what payment range you're looking at and what that does as far as translating into a loan amount and therefore a sales price, which determines how much down you actually need.
All right, some good advice here on this Consumer Tuesday. Scott McElmurry, thank you so much for coming on today from Bank of Little Rock Mortgage. We greatly appreciate it. More details can be found on our website, KTHV11.com.